Hey there, fellow entrepreneurs. I'm Sue, and you've just stepped into Entrepreneurs Gone Wild. Every week, I'll introduce you to a friend of mine, a remarkable entrepreneur who's not just changing the world, but also harnessing a secret weapon, time outdoors. Together, we'll dive into their journey, unpack invaluable business advice, and discover why embracing the wild is not just good for the soul, but also a goldmine for inspiration and innovation. Ready to uncover the secret that's boosting bottom lines and fueling joy? Hit subscribe and join us in the wild. I'm so stoked to talk to you, Scott. I don't know how long I've been hoping that you'd get on here, but welcome to Entrepreneurs Gone Wild.
Well, I'm glad to be here.
This is going to be fun. Guys, so Scott does not usually do a whole lot of public stuff. So this is kind of can I say I have a scoop? I think it's fair, right?
You do. You for sure do. But I don't do it. I'm trying to do better, but you do
it great. So I'm amazed you don't do it more, but this is cool. Well, If you would just kind of introduce yourself, because I know who you are. I know you're fantastic and awesome. Some of the people out here might know who you are because they probably heard of somebody you're working with, but maybe not. So who knows? Give us a little lowdown.
How far do you want me to go back? I'll talk about
I was born.
I was born, exactly. No, I'll talk about now and then go back as far as you need or want. So I am I get to announce this to you.
Yes.
Skincare Sherpa. And that name came from you. I give you full credit for that. But I am, the skincare Sherpa. And what I do is I help people start and grow a successful skincare, hair care, body care, or pet care brand. So I also own a skincare manufacturing company, and I've been doing that for a couple of years now. So I'm kind of the skincare Sherpa, skincare person for all things skincare. I'm really an entrepreneur at the end and beginning of the day. And it's fun, it's good, it's bad, it's everything in between. But I really love entrepreneurship and business building. And I decided for the past few years to focus that on skincare. So that's what I'm doing now. And like I said, I have the name, the Skincare Sherpa, all due to you. So thank you very much for that.
You're so welcome. I think I gave it to you back when I interviewed you for capitalism.
Exactly. And it's stuck. And so now I'm doing it. So if I ever have to sell it for whatever reason, I might have to give you a little piece of that.
That one's on the house.
Okay, good. I'm glad this is recorded because when
right. You can pull that back up.
She said I didn't have to.
Right. So you started off though, and I know, before you became the Sherpa, you had a skincare business going, and then I don't even know what you were doing before that. I know you were military at one point.
Yeah.
It's all kind of murky back there.
Murky back there, and I don't even know how it all happens. That line to success or whatever they call it is all over the place. But yeah, I was in the Navy, got out of the Navy. I fast forward past a bunch of things. But I wound up starting a health education business with my father. He's a doctor, so we were working with people with multiple sclerosis. He was a health coach. I was kind of behind the scenes doing all the technical and marketing stuff behind it. And we helped people get rid of their MS symptoms. We had a home study course. We had an online course. We created supplements. But then we quickly realized that that it wasn't going to grow to be as big as I wanted it to grow, just because the market is super small for that. And then so I subsequently started a skincare brand. And it was kind of by accident, kind of by spite that I started a skincare brand back 6 or so years ago now. It was just
spite. I think I've heard this, but I love this. It just jogged a memory for me. This is great.
Spite, but it was. It probably was. It's like, this is not going to work, and I'm going to prove that this is not going to work. Because someone was like, "Yeah, you should start a skincare brand." I'm like, "Skincare brand?" It's like there's 10,000 skincare brands out there. Who's going to want one? Another one, and what makes me feel mine would be any different or better or anything. But I tried it, and somehow, I don't know. I don't know if it was the universe. I don't know if it was me. I don't know if it was dumb luck. Who knows what? But it wound up working. Started out with the vitamin E oil, and then people were buying it. It was vitamin E oil in 2 different sizes and 2 different scents, unscented and scented. Pretty simple, just to start. And that people were buying it, surprisingly. And so I kind of doubled down on it. I created a whole line around vitamin E products, a cleanser, an eye cream, a daytime moisturizer, nighttime moisturizer, and a wash. And then I also from there branched out into some really niche products like for melasma and acne, some menopause, really crazy niche products because, what you put on your skin gets into your body. And it was selling. And then I sold the company. So then a private equity company approached me to buy the brand. And
Wait, let me stop. Wait. This is huge. I know, like for anybody who has had an exit, it's just another day. I mean, it's an amazing day, but you kind of, after you've done an exit, it's easy to go, oh yeah, it's just a fact of my life. How did you know, like, all right, so you get this, you're approached by this PE group and somehow your brain goes, okay, like, were you looking? Was it like out of the blue? Were you excited? What was this like?
I had heard it was all of those things. I think I wasn't necessarily looking, but I was looking. Like I had heard that there was this thing where people will buy your Amazon company. And I just wanted to find out what it was worth, basically. Yeah. And so I contracted with some company, North Brown Group, or one of those people who did that back in the day. They may even do it now. Just tell me what this was worth, what this would be worth if somebody wanted it because it was going well. And, you never really know. You're just like in the grind every day of running it and trying to make it grow and, and be better. And just to get to try all the little things. Like I love tinkering with things, trying to get an influencer here, setting up this email campaign or running a sale on Shopify or doing upsells, downsells, all that kind of stuff is just fun for me. So, but I wanted to see what it would be worth. And so I worked with them. They found out what it was worth. And then I don't know, they must have feelers out there or something because somebody came to them and said, hey, we're interested in this brand. We're looking to add a skincare brand to our portfolio. And so they came to me and I was like, oh, wow. Okay. Well, and then the company that I was working with, and I had heard before that you'll make more money selling the company than you will ever make any other time because it's like when you're doing it, you're just taking out little bits of money, not one big chunk of money. And so I was like, okay, well, yeah, it was a number that I couldn't turn down or that I had never thought that the company would be worth it. Somebody would be, offering me for. You just start it, you start it and do it because you love it. And then when somebody offers you money for it, you're like, okay, yeah. And then I can take that money.
See what I see. Oh my gosh. Right? Like that.
Exactly. And so, yeah, I guess it's a big deal. It is a big deal. I do thank you for stopping me and reminding me that it's a big deal. So yeah, and not everybody has had that deal, but it is possible. If I tell you if I can do it, people say it all the time, but it's true. If I can do it and I'm just some random, then anybody can really do it. But yeah, they approached me and I said yes. And then I was trying to figure out what I was doing after that. And I was going to be a seaweed manufacturer.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that one. Yeah. That was cool. It was just a little ahead of the curve, right?
Seaweed manufacturing, yeah, ahead of the curve because it wasn't quite ready, and it's still not quite ready. So maybe in a few years I can get to that. But I put that on hold. I was going to do baked goods, for people with blood sugar problems, kind of gluten-free, sugar-free, all the things that you need when you're worried about your blood sugar and diabetes. That seemed complicated, but I'm always up for complicated. But at the same time, I keep on getting these, people whispering in my ear, you should do skincare. You should go back into skincare. And I'm like, why would I want to do that? I've been there, done that, why? And then I'm in marketing groups and everyone's asking me questions about skincare because everyone wants to start a skincare. It's a few things that you can everything falls into one of three categories. It's either health or money or a person relationship, all that. Skincare is in that. It's only those three, right?
Yeah.
Money, health, and that. So a lot of people want to start a skincare brand. They're asking me in the marketing groups questions, and I'm answering questions. I'm like, maybe I should get back into the skincare thing as opposed to fighting in this consumer packaged goods. And I have no idea about any of that stuff, manufacturing any of that, but I don't. That's skincare manufacturing. So I acquired a skincare manufacturing company. I was like, okay, I'm going to get back in it. But I didn't want to start a brand, because like I said, I've already done a brand. I want to do on the manufacturing side where I can help people start and grow their skincare brands and not do the brand. So that was the thought back a year and a half or so ago when I got the manufacturing company. Mm-hmm. And now though, so it's always these pivots, changes, all this. I'd say within the past probably 6 hours, no, maybe a little bit more, but very, very recently, because I was talking to my partner this morning, it seems like we're pivoting. We're still going to help people, but I can't help myself. I see all these opportunities for actual skincare products that need to be made that are not out there. I never want to make a copycat product, but we could really come in with some new products and do really well, I think. So I'm like dipping my toe back into a skincare brand. I know I just said I wouldn't want to do it, but you say stuff.
Never say never.
Never say never. And you say stuff before you know stuff. Right out, then you're back at it, So
just when you thought you were out, they pull you back in.
Because it makes sense, and you know it, and you see it, and it's worked in the past, and all that. So we're still helping people, still manufacture. I had a call this morning with somebody who wanted a skincare product, discovery call. But I think I'm back in the hunt for.
There you go. Well, how could you not? Especially, as you're helping other people, and like you said, you're still seeing the marketplace, and your brain is still creating, and it's still going, oh wait, how come this doesn't exist? And then now you know how to make it exist. So
that's exactly what it is. You see all this sort of stuff, and then you realize how much you're talking to these people about what they need to do when you could just be doing it yourself, So yeah, and so because of all this and all the people who talk to me, like the mentors and things I have, I am actually at the skincare Sherpa is a real thing now, where I'm actually documenting the journey of starting these skincare brands, because I've done it before, and it's not easy, but it's not easy, but it's simple, or simple but not easy.
Something like that, yeah.
Not easy.
It's simple, not easy, yeah.
Easy. Yeah. But I figured that while I'm doing it, I could just document it. Russell Brunson said, if you make a video a day for a year, you'll never have to worry about money again. And so that's what I'm doing. I'm making a video a day, because it'd be nice to not have to worry about money ever again, right? Sounds like you're doing the same thing though too, right? You're documenting the journey.
Yeah, documenting as we go. It's I think you got more things going on, but but it's no, I think that's fantastic. This has become, for you, like building a skincare brand is almost like somebody doing Wordle in the morning. It's like doing the crossword puzzle or something. It's like, it's brain exercise. You get this inspiration, you want to do the thing, and you don't have that knowledge gap that so many people would have. So I'm just going to put words in your mouth, but is it fun at this point? I mean, there's still irritations, I'm sure, but is it kind of like fun for your brain?
It's fun for my brain, and then the documenting it is fun as well. I didn't think it would be. I thought it would be a chore to document. It's like, oh my God, what am I going to say, and who's going to want to listen, and all this other stuff. But when you put all of that aside, because it's not about getting the listeners, like I'm not trying to, like I see these YouTubers and these influencers and all, they're always trying to do this crazy new thing. You got to jump out of a plane with no parachute on and land in a pile of porcupines and all. It's always like they keep on having to go up and up and up and up and up. It's not enough to just give somebody $100. You got to give them $1 million, just keeps, because no, otherwise it's like you're not relevant, which is what they're all about. And so I'm like, oh, you think like, oh, all these people have to watch it, and who's going to find this interesting and all this other stuff. But when you forget about all of that, you just do it, like no one will watch it, or maybe someone will watch it. It takes all the pressure off it. All I got to do is record for 10, 15, 20 minutes a day, post it on YouTube, and then something will happen. It may help somebody, it may not, but I'm not. And then the urge, though, at the beginning is just check how many views you get, how many. It's like this thing. Luckily, I'm old enough that I don't live. That's not my value. I don't find value in how many people like something that I have done. If I was 10, 20 years younger, that's all they care about, the like.
Refresh.
They go somewhere just for the picture. See these people on vacation or in the air, wherever they are. It's like taking a picture of something that that I don't care about. Maybe they care about, maybe the people that they want to look at it care about. So I'm not knocking it. It's just not me. It's not the thing that I do.
Yeah. That's a great thing too. I think, that guys, this is the golden nugget so far, is if you don't want to be creating content, hey, everybody gets that. Nobody really wants to, but if you're doing it for, your own reasons and not for the viewers, not for any of the stuff that's going to hurt when it doesn't happen at first.
Right. Because you won't record if you're worried about that, or you'll stop if no one's watching it. And that's not what it's about. It's just like step by step by step, day by day by day, just doing some small step. And so I record and people are watching. It seems like it says, I do see the views because when I log into into YouTube to post, it tells you the views, so you can't not see it. But I'm not living for those views. I'm just recording. And then when you want to start a skincare brand, you just start and pick and watch and see what I'm doing, and it will help.
That's fantastic. It's like you're making a course, as you go, in a sense, like as you're documenting the journey, and that's great. People are going to get to see how your brain works, and I could do this. It's going to be helpful to them.
Exactly. Yeah. Resources are there, and all the stuff is just what I'm doing. So, and I'm showing the good, the bad, the ugly. It's aggravating. You said it is fun, but there are aggravations, But I documented that just so that people who watch know that these things are going to happen, and it's no problem. You want to first time you get knocked down, you just want to stay down. But no, just get back up, keep going. I've done this a million times, keep getting knocked down. You just get back up and give Amazon what they want, or give whoever it is what they want, and you get there.
That's fantastic. I think that's huge because, so much of the stuff that's out there, it's like, I did this, and it's like everything was perfect, and it's like, oh my gosh. But to know, here's somebody who has done this a lot, who has done this very successfully, and there's still, occasionally you get hit in the head with a brick as you're walking through this path, and you just pick it up and figure it out and keep going.
Keep going. Exactly.
That's huge.
And so it's good, one step at a time, one foot in front of the other.
What do you think your long term is for this one?
For the skincare manufacturing company, what I would like to have is several brands that are in-house brands, and then also other people's brands. I don't know if I would ever stop doing this. I mean, I love it. Again, if someone were to come along and want to offer
stupid money
for it, then we would probably take it. But it's one of those things where, someone would typically buy a brand and then they would have to go have it manufactured somewhere else with something. But so if I'm dreaming big, it would be several of these brands that someone would buy the manufacturing company and the brands that go along with it, or buy the brands and the manufacturing company that goes along with it, so they can control the full cycle, the full life cycle of the product, from manufacturing to the product, basically.
That's kind of cool. Do you have some brands already in-house?
We have some. You mean personal brands, house brands, or you're talking about?
House brands, sorry.
House brands. Those are the ones that I'm working on now, and that I'm documenting the journey for.
Oh, that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
I have 2 now, and there's another couple brewing out there. So if I can grow those to where my other product that I sold was, I think that would be an appealing manufacturing company for someone to, because
yeah.
they would get the brands along with the manufacturing company. It's usually someone's buying one or the other. They buy a manufacturing company or they'll buy a brand.
Smart.
Brands I don't think have, like these kind of, niche entrepreneur brands. They don't have a manufacturing company as well.
Oh, that's true. That's very interesting. That's going to be cool to see that play out. I wouldn't imagine either that it's going to take like 20 years.
Oh, man.
We'll see the end of that story, sooner than that.
Yeah. Well, should be really soon.
That's really cool. Really cool. Yeah. Man, all right. So I bought something that was like this rose scented, is it vitamin E? I don't even know what it was. It was a wonderful thing. It's supposed to be like this heart chakra thingy.
Yeah.
Tell me about that. Tell people about that. That's really cool, guys.
That is one of our new lines, house brands, and it is a line of facial serums for the 7 chakras. So it's meant for people on a spiritual journey. So people who are into chakras, meditation, yoga, crystals, sound bowls, Reiki, those, I'm one of those people as well. And so what I found out there doing research and looking around and always having my ear to the ground for skincare stuff is that there's no skincare products. There's no skincare line for people on a spiritual journey. There are essential oils that you can inhale, or the essential oil that you can put on like your crown chakra or your third eye chakra. You can put them on the specific chakras to kind of awaken and balance them, but no facial serum for that or skincare routine or anything. And so we created a line of facial serums specific to each of the 7 chakras. So you got the heart chakra one. So when you use that on your face, hopefully you liked it. It was designed to awaken, open, balance your heart chakra. So you're running around all loving.
I was all lovey-dovey.
Yeah.
I was like, buy more, right?
Exactly. I'm sure you felt great. And you're that way again, don't you? No. But yeah, so that's one of the house brands.
That's really cool.
Spiritual focused brand.
That's amazing that there was never a skincare, like you said. Like, how is that not already a thing? That's amazing.
Yeah, exactly. And I cheat a little bit because I'm a manufacturer. So I can make up just a little bit of it and then test to make sure it's not like you go to a real manufacturer, not a boutique manufacturer like this. So you have to get 10,000 bottles made.
Yeah, the MOQ. You have control. You know a guy who can help with your MOQ.
I know a guy that can help with the MOQ, exactly. And we have low MOQs for our entrepreneurs, So if you want to have a skincare product made, come to us. Our MOQs are low because I feel your pain, but I can get even a little lower, I think.
That's really, really cool. Now, did you do some of like the scent and how did you do this?
Yeah, so it's all aromatherapy based. And so you can do research out there. And nowadays you could just turn to ChatGPT or Bard because they're brilliant. They know like everything. And so you could just ask what scents or what essential oils or whatever are good to open your throat chakra. And so Bard will give you a bunch of them. And then so we would take those and mix and match in different quantities, potencies and all, along with the base. There's a base serum, and then we're adding the essential oils to it to find them, but not too heavy, not too light, not too, don't want the scent to overtake,
right.
All of those things. So we fine tuned that with my formulator, and partner, and then came out with the line. Yeah. So
that's
it's just
really cool.
Aromatherapy.
Yeah. That's really something. I love, like, there's a whole process here, it's just, it's not, I always imagine like, all right, like in France where they've got the guy that's the nose and there's just like this one elevated human who can come in and go, oh, this should need this and this, I'm like, how does it really happen? So.
I mean, we do have a nose. My formulator is the nose. She's the nose and the tester because she has sensitive skin and she's the nose, because you need a nose. And then you give it to people, like you have local people try it before you just unleash it on on the world.
So smart.
And you can still also you can also, I said also about 10 times there. Change it, like just because you get something one time doesn't mean that you can't make a change to it later. So people, even if you do go out there and you get it made and people don't like the whatever, then you can change it. Usually you find that out in the sampling process. So if you're going to have a skincare product made, you come to us, let us know what you want, then we would make some samples for you, and then you test those samples, and then you get an idea from that. And then people are always going to come back to you and want something else, so you can make that a different variation. We had the scented version or the unscented. We started out with the scented version back in the day. My old product, found out people were asking for unscented, because lavender and whatever. I can't even think of the name of it right now, but they didn't want the lavender in it. Some people love lavender in it, some people don't. So that's when we came out with an unscented version, and the unscented version wound up selling more than the lavender.
That's amazing. I wouldn't have guessed it. But that's really cool.
You think and I would thought, who wants just some bland thing?
Right. We're just gonna, but I mean it totally makes sense. If you already wear a scent of some sort, then you'd be adjusting. Well, I can't have my perfume because this, or they wouldn't go. That's
a lot of they're sensitive. They have sensitive noses.
Oh, so. Right. Yeah, that's true. That's true. It can be very overpowering.
Yeah. So don't be afraid to change. Change is a good thing.
Yeah, man, I love this. So you've had some pretty major pivots in your life as far as I'm going to do this. Now I'm going to, well, wait a minute, this makes more sense, or you get inspired and all this. Where does this inspiration usually hit you?
So it does not happen sitting here behind my Zoom camera. For sure. I don't know why that is, but
I can imagine.
It doesn't at all. Or when I'm sitting here writing or talking or whatever, if I do go out, then somehow, I don't know, it's like magic. It all happens. And I am fortunate that I live in San Diego. So the beach is like 10 minutes from me. So all of my stuff comes at the beach. And so there's the thing there, though, and I read about it. Someone told me about it, and I'm like, what is this craziness? So I don't know, you probably know better than I do, but there's these things called negative ions. And are you familiar with those?
Yeah, tell everybody about this. This is cool.
Negative ions, they're a thing. And so negative ions lead to, increased mood and decreased stress and energy levels, better energy levels, better sleep, lower allergy symptoms, all this crazy increased mood, all these crazy things that you would never think. And these negative ions are really, really powerful at the beach. Apparently the water molecules hitting each other do something smarter than I can describe, but water molecules. I was hoping
you could. That's why I was like, you tell them how it works. Magic, folks. It's just magic.
So the water H2O molecule will hit another H2O. The H's will separate, and something happens to I don't know. I'm making that up. But whatever happens is it spits off negative ions, and those negative ions are supposedly 10 times more at the beach than in the city. And so you get a lot of them at the beach. And you can't deny it, because I guarantee you have never been to the beach and come out or left the beach pissed and unhappy and not smiling and, giving a middle finger to the world. Never. It
doesn't happen. It's impossible. You can't.
The same thing is true in the woods and the forest. You could go on a hike. There's 5 times more negative ions in the woods. So I got you beat by 5 there in Idlewild Woods, right?
Yeah. All right.
Still, you walk around there, you come out happy. No matter what you go in with, you'll come out happy. And so it's like placebo. I don't think it's placebo, but whatever it is, it works.
Yeah. So what do you do? Do you have a dog you're walking, or you just like go?
I just go. So I do a couple things. One of them is, so I'll go and just walk this stretch of the beach. I go to a part of the beach where you really have to hike to get down to it. So like I'm one of the places that only the surfers go. And, it's not a lot of families and like people aren't blasting music and all this other stuff because you got to walk a long way to get down and then hike out leaves you. So you get to exercise trying to get out of the place. Go there, and it's not for the faint of heart or just families and things.
Yeah.
You go down, you walk down the beach, you take your little stretch walk, and then come back, and then up. So there's a beach here, and then up just a little bit from it, just a little hike up. There's someone has built a little tiki hut with some chairs and things up there, not real chairs, just like stump chairs. Yeah. And that's where I get all of I take my pad, I'm old school, and then a pen, and then I know I'm old school because I'm not on phone notes. I'm writing my, notes. You ask yourself a question and then you walk and then you go sit on, I call it my office. It's like my office away from my office. And you sit there and you think and stuff comes to you. I don't know if it's the ions or the universe or I'm an Aquarius also. So
you're right by water. That's got to be helping, right?
That's my love language. And so, it all happens there at the beach.
I love that. That is so cool. And I love too, I think I'm old school with you on that. Like if I can have paper and a pen, because we're avoiding that whole thing where you check your phone. Oh, wait. Oh, no, I need to take care of this. Like that doesn't happen when you open up a piece of paper that was folded up and put in your pocket.
Exactly. You just put the phone aside. You got to put it on airplane mode and then pen and paper. But that's on a like that's a good day. Sometimes I don't have time, even though it's not far, to get there. So I find really that if I just go out of my house and just walk around the block, that's a good 20 to 30 minute walk. And it's in the city. I don't live in the woods. I live in the city. Just that alone is enough I don't know what it is or what it does. Just you can get out and get yourself moving a little bit and get some of that vitamin D from the sun and some fresh air. Then stuff in your brain starts firing.
It really does. That's awesome. Have you gone on retreats in nature before? Like I'm going to a thing.
I have never gone to when I go in nature, it's usually on vacation or something that I'm doing to get out and those kind of things. And I do enjoy to go like off the beaten path, it's kind of things. Like Costa Rica, maybe that's not so off the beaten path anymore, but Vietnam and like Laos, and lastly went to Thailand. So that's out in, like in nature. I'm not staying at a resort when I go, I'm not the resort type. I'm more like the local. Yeah. In there,
Go eat from the food truck and, walk around.
Exactly. And the place there are going to be bugs inside the place, but that's because you're in the woods in Thailand. Yeah. There's supposed to be bugs there. The bugs were there before.
Where they live. where are they supposed to go if not there?
That's where they live. Exactly. So that's what I do. I'm trying to think if I've ever been on a proper nature retreat. And I don't think so. I would just go to, here and not too far from San Diego, we have Idlewild.
That's right. Yeah.
Idlewild. So we go there or, like I said, the other places, but not a specific retreat.
That's cool, man. I love it. It's just, go chart your own adventure and get offline and, how often are you like, what's the balance like in your life? I'm on the screen or I'm not on the screen. You seem like you've got kind of control over it. You've got it under control. Like you're not glued to your screen all the time. You do get outside. Has there been any challenge with that? Or do you feel like you kind of got that in balance?
I'd say that there's a little challenge with it. And so what I find, so for one, I have a young kid. And so you have to go out, he's not going to sit here. Well, he will sit here and just be on his iPad all the time. And I don't think that's a good idea. Yeah. So we go out together and do things often, bike riding or pick a hike or go to the beach or some things like that. But I find what works the best is apart from that, like when I need to do my beach walk, So I'll drop him at school and then I'll go straight to the beach, do it, and then come back, because there's something about this computer. It has a tendency to grab you. It will want to hold you, even if you're productive, unproductive. It doesn't care. It will hold you. They've designed all of these things to capture your attention, to keep you on them. And so if you can get on YouTube to do one little research thing for something, and the next thing you know, you're like, how did I get here on that? And especially with the shorts and reels and all those things, they just get you. Don't get on there, then you don't have to worry about it. But so I find that I really have to be intentional about, if I sit down and have not gone, you have to stop and take a break and set something. Sometimes I'll do the Pomodoro method, where you work for 50 minutes and then take a break for 10 and then work for 50 and take 10 when I'm just cramming and got to get it done. But otherwise, but you're only supposed to do like 2, 3 or at most of those back to back without stopping. And
yeah, you're not supposed to do 10 of them.
No. But I mean, you are productive. If you can do, it's not good for you, but that is way better than being on YouTube and doing some craziness.
Oh, sure. You fall into that pit of like, where, this rabbit trail where I started here. How did I end up here? It's like 4 hours later.
They catch you. If it's not YouTube, it's Facebook, because I always have good intentions of going on, because I'm in groups, work groups and things. Mm-hmm. They know how to put something in front of you. They've studied you. They know what's going to get you.
Oh, yeah.
That algorithm. So as long as you're aware of it,
yeah,
you can try to fight it. But they have people smarter than me engineering it so that I stay on there, and so I don't beat myself up about it. I'm just aware, and then I know that if I don't want that to happen, like you can't get in the ring with Mike Tyson and wonder why you got knocked out, right?
It's a fact. It's going to happen.
So the best thing to do is don't get in the ring with Mike, right? And you don't have to worry about it. So
this is true.
Stay off of it, and then you can get work done, or go outside when you need a little break.
That's pretty good. That's pretty awesome.
YouTube break.
Yeah, definitely. What would you say, like, this is a new question that I've started asking people, but what are you learning new that's interesting to you?
Yeah. So I've started to read Alex Hormozy, there's a new book out.
Yep.
And all of this type of social stuff that, like you said at the beginning, I've never been put myself out there, I'm a social person, but not social media and all this, like,
there's a big difference.
and personal brand, all of that kind of stuff. And it is fascinating. I will say, and, Alex Hormozy is moderately successful, and Russell Brunson, moderately successful. And these people are telling you the stuff that you need to do to be successful. And I know there are different levels and different criteria for success, and I think you don't have, like, I don't need to be an Alex Hormozy, but I think I can do just a little bit of what he may say, what he says to do, and that might work out well. So this is the stuff that I'm learning, the self-promotion, personal branding, his last book is on leads. And in order to get those leads, you have to put yourself out there and kind of be seen. I don't know if I want to say be seen as an expert, but just share what you're going through. And you are always more of an expert than you think you are at something. I think he said in that book, 100 hours, you're 100 hours away from knowing more about something than, 90% of the people out there are.
It's true. It's not that much. It seems like it should be, like, if he had said 10,000 hours, I'd be like, oh, maybe. Yeah. But 100 is really not that much, but it kind of speaks to how short our attention span can be. If you're going to know more than pretty much anybody after just 100 hours,
Yeah. And and that's all you have to know is just a little bit more than the people who are tuning into you. And I think I spent 100 hours in skincare, and, like if you started studying 100 hours in negative ions right now, you know a lot more than most people.
That's true. It's pretty amazing. I love the brain. It's just like, there's so many things we can shove in there, so many ways we can help it to perform better. And it's like virtually, infinite all the different things that we can pick up. But it's kind of cool.
Yeah. So, but I'm learning that stuff. I mean, I'm continuing to read, and then I've stopped reading books just to read a book. You know, you can pick up a book and read it and then feel like you've done something, but you haven't done anything other than read a book. So it's taking time to read it because I'm reading and then doing, and then reading, and the doing is the harder part, you know? So that's one thing for you and listeners. Do not read a book. Do a book. You know, you're not reading. It's not like who's winning by reading the most books, you know?
That's true. That's good. I like that. There's this, do a book. Don't just read a book. I like that.
You have to do it.
Yeah.
Right? Otherwise, you're just reading a book, you know? And the only person that makes money off of you reading a book is Alex or Moses making money off of you reading it. But you're not making a dime.
That's true.
You need to do the book.
That's pretty sound advice. I like that. Man. All right. Where can people find out more about you?
Well, I am at theskincaresherpa.com. That is just that's a landing page for now where you can follow me and follow what I'm doing, but just because there's a resource list available there. I'd say the better place is, this is so new to me that I haven't even got my little spiel down yet.
Okay.
But, on YouTube, that's probably the best place. You search The Skincare Sherpa on YouTube, or just go to youtube.com/The Skincare Sherpa. Then the videos are there, the whole life history, everything is there on YouTube. That's probably the best place.
That's fantastic.
And watch this. And be sure to click on subscribe so that you can be notified when I release more videos. I'm getting it.
You did it. That's great. I see that there's going to be like that silver plaque behind you at some point. I think that's 100,000 subscribers.
I don't even know, but I want to get to the 1 million subscribers. That's when you have arrived, right? When you get to 1 million.
That'd be something. I don't know. You might have to be like competitive eater or something like that. There's a mix. You could be competitive eating while you're documenting.
Exactly. That is what I'll do. I need to come up with something catchier. But
Life
yeah,
goals.
I think there are 1 million people that want to build a skincare brand. You never know, though.
You never know. You never know. I think
I'm doing it for the plaque.
I love it. Do it for the plaque, man. Well, thank you so much for joining us, Scott. This is really cool. It's been so cool just catching glimpses into what you're up to, you know, every year or two, and seeing how it's all building on itself. And you are, you know, Skincare Sherpa. That's going to be fantastic for a lot of people who want to start a brand. They don't know what they're doing, and that's a big learning curve. So why not cut it by having Skincare Sherpa helping you?
Yeah, no, that's the goal. It's a shortcut. Just look over my shoulder. It's all there, free of charge, just for you to watch and do. But not just watch. See, that's watching.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Don't just watch the video, do the video.
Do not just watch video 1, 2, 3, 4. You have to watch it, stop, do it. It's going to take time. It will take time. 2 or 3 days here, depending on the video, but it'll all come together.
And it doesn't take 20 years. It's just reasonable amount of time. Not bad. Cool.
Exactly.
That's pretty cool.
All righty.